Good morning, children. This is the second part of Theme 3, An Empire Across Three Continents. Ancient Rome is Roman civilization from the founding of the Italian city of Rome in the 8th century BC to the collapse of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. It had in it Roman Kingdom, Roman Republic and Roman Empire until the fall of the Western Empire. Kingdom was from 753 to 509 BC. Republic was from 509 to 27 BC. And Empire ran from 27 BC to 476 AD. The first emperor of Rome was Augustus. Capitals: Rome, several others during the late empire, notably Constantinople and Ravenna. Rome is often called the Eternal City, a reference to its longevity and used first by the Roman poet Tibullus and a bit later by Ovid. So let's start the chapter. The 3rd century crisis. The 1st and the 2nd centuries were a period of peace, prosperity and economic expansion. But the 3rd century was a period of crisis. In 225, new dynasty called Sasanians emerged in Iran. They were more aggressive and expanding rapidly in the direction of the Euphrates. The Germanic tribes, barbarians, began to move against the Rhine and Danube frontiers. From 233 to 280, it saw repeated invasions. The Romans were forced to abandon much of the territory beyond the Danube. The quick succession of the emperors, 25 emperors in 47 years, is a sign of strain faced by the empire in the 3rd century. Structure of family. There was a widespread prevalence of nuclear family. Adult sons did not live with their parents, and it was exceptional for adult brothers to share a common household. Slaves were, however, included in the family. Family in ancient Rome. That is, the ancient Roman family was a complex social structure based mainly on the nuclear family, but could also include various combinations of other members such as extended family members, household slaves, and freed slaves. Literacy. The rate of literacy varied greatly between different parts of the empire. Literacy was widespread in army officers, estate managers, and soldiers. Casual literacy existed and it varied from place to place. There was a wall in Pompeii which carried advertisements and graffiti, which indicates high level of casual literacy. Children, Pompeii is a vast archaeological site in southern Italy's Campania region, near the coast of the Bay of Naples. In literacy, scholars estimate that around 30% of all adult men in ancient Rome had the ability to read and write. That's a lot considering school was not free. Reading, writing and arithmetic were important, but they were not as important as learning to become an effective speaker. Status of women. The women enjoyed considerable legal rights in owning and managing property. They were married off in the late teens or early 30s. Arranged marriage was the general norm. Women were often subjected to domination by their husbands. Wives were even beaten up by their husbands. The typical form of marriage was one where the wife did not transfer to her husband's authority but retained full rights in the property of her natal family. Women remained a primary heir to father's property after marriage. They could become independent property owners after their father's death. Divorce was easy for both men as well as women. Cultural diversity. The cultural diversity was reflected in many ways and at many levels. There was a vast diversity of religious cults and local deities. The plurality of languages that were spoken were many, the styles of dresses that were worn were again many. The food the people ate, their forms of social organization, and the types of settlement all reflected cultural diversity. Different languages were spoken in different areas. Most of the linguistic cultures were purely oral, at least until a script was invented for them. As late as 5th century, Armenian began to be used as written form of language. In other areas, the spread of Latin displaced the other widespread written form of languages. Economic activities of the ancient Roman Empire. The Roman Empire had substantial economic infrastructure of harbors, mines, quarries, brickyards, olive oil factories, etc. Goods for trade consisted mainly wheat, wine, and olive oil, and they came from Spain, the Gallic provinces, North Africa, Egypt, and Italy. These areas had conditions best suited for these crops. Spanish olive oil was a vast commercial enterprise that reached its peak in the years 140 to 160. The Roman Empire included regions that had a reputation for exceptional fertility, example Campania. Italy, Sicily, Fayum in Egypt, Galilee, Byzantium in Tunisia, southern Gaul, Baetica in southern Spain were the areas which were best conditioned for crops. The large expanses of Roman territory were in a much less advanced state. Transhumance was widespread in the countryside of Numidia, modern Algeria. The word transhumance is the regular annual movement of herdsmen in search of pastures for sheep and other flocks. As Roman estates expanded in North Africa, the pastures of those communities were drastically reduced and their movements were tightly regulated. Even in Spain, the north was economically much less developed. In these areas, peasantry who were Celtic speaking lived in hilltop villages known as castella. In the Roman Empire, water power was very efficiently used around Mediterranean, and there were advances in the water-powered milling technology, the use of hydraulic mining techniques in Spanish gold and silver mines. It is the process of using open pit or underground mining tunnels to retrieve the gold from the rock. Well-organized commercial and banking networks existed. Widespread use of money indicates that the Roman Empire had sophisticated economy. Agriculture, craft and industry, domestication of animals, and trade were the main economic features of ancient Rome. Agriculture. Conditions in North Africa, Egypt, and Italy best for growing crops like wheat, wine, and olive oil. Slaves were deployed in agriculture. Deploy is positioned or established in agriculture. Farms were largely manned by slaves. Great number of slaves were required to keep agriculture in order. Empire included regions that had a reputation for exceptional fertility. Craft and industry. Minting, mining, amphorae, and making papyrus scrolls. Children, papyrus is a material similar to thick paper that was used in ancient times as a writing surface. Papyrus can also refer to a document written on sheets of such material, joined together side by side and rolled up into a scroll, an early form of a book. This was again one of the craft and industry which was present there in Rome. Domestication of animals, transhumance. Transhumance is the action or practice of moving livestock from one grazing ground to another in a seasonal cycle, typically to lowlands in winter and highlands in summer. Trade. Trade in ancient Rome. The Romans traded goods throughout their empire. By importing goods from other countries, they raised their standard of living and were able to have many luxuries. The Romans used their network of roads and also waterways to transport goods from one country to another. Now here one word is there, that is Silk Route. What did Rome trade in the Silk Road? Silk Road, also called as Silk Route, ancient trade route linking China with the West that carried goods and ideas between the two great civilizations of Rome and China. Silk went westward and wools, gold and silver went east. China also received Nestorian Christianity and Buddhism via the Silk Road from India.